Diving equipment for deep diving. In order to make a deep dive, the equipment must be suitable for the new demands. The equipment you already have is probably suitable, but you must make sure that it is. On a deep dive, you could go beyond the thermocline, which is the surface of separation between two layers of water of different temperatures. So this means that the suit you use must be suitable for the water temperature at the bottom, not at the surface. What is more, at depth, a wetsuit is subject to greater compression and loses not only its buoyancy but also some of its insulating power. On deep dives, in cold water, the use of a dry suit could be a good solution. In this case, it is advisable to do some special training like that offered on the PSS Dry Suit Diving course. At depth, the greater reduction in the volume of the compressible equipment produces a reduction in the lift, which must be compensated for by putting a greater quantity of gas in the buoyancy compensator. This is why it is necessary to use a buoyancy compensator with an air bladder large enough to compensate for the greater weight. At depth, the consumption of breathing gas increases, so the cylinder capacity must be sufficient to guarantee suitable autonomy and a wide safety margin. A 15-litre cylinder is usually an ideal compromise. A DIN fitting is recommended because it provides a more reliable connection between the regulator and the cylinder valve, as the O-ring seal is completely enclosed. The pressure gauge is an essential instrument for measuring consumption. On a deep dive, this instrument must be checked frequently to prevent the risk of running out of the breathing mix. The techniques of navigating underwater using a compass are part of the compulsory training on the PSS Advanced Open Water Dive course. However, due to the importance of these skills on deep dives, you will practice using a compass for navigating at greater depths on the third dive of the PSS Deep Diver course. On deep dives, you must also use a dive light, which for this type of activity becomes necessary. In fact, using a dive light is the only way to compensate for the selective absorption of colors and the reduction of natural light. Lastly, the use of a dive computer is compulsory on the PSS Deep Diver course. The depth itself is a penalizing factor regarding the dive time. A dive computer allows you to make longer dives within the no-deco dive time than if you made the same dive using the dive tables. This is particularly true when making repetitive dives.